My family impacts my life by giving me the motivation, support, and hardworking skills to help me become a better person in life. 30% of my journals are dedicated to my family. A specific statement from journal entry 28 was, my father told me, Misha, you understand you're the first child to go to college, so you really need to take this opportunity and actually do something out of your life. And that really hit home for me because it would really be an advantage for me to get my degree, knowing that I'm the first child to go out of my family.
My family impacts my life by always being supportive and always giving me advice to achieve anything I want. 50% of my journal contains how my family has a big impact in my life. My mom gave me the advice to always have faith and find what you truly desire, and you will achieve anything you desire most, as long as you believe.
Family helps you determine how you want to be in life or how you want to live your life.
Family impacts my life by supporting and motivating me to always push forward even when it's hard. My family impacts my life by 35%. A specific story that shows how my family motivates me is when I was in the middle of the semester and exams were coming up, and I was so stressed. And when my father saw me, he came up to me and told me, "You got this." And he also told me how he left everything behind and left his country for me and my brothers to have a better education.
My family impacts my life because they emotionally support me when times get rough. They pressure me but also help me strive to do the best I can. My family impacts me by 33%. A specific story of this that I wrote on March 18th that shows how my family supports me is when I was in my room for a couple days doing work and my mom instinctually knew something was off. She came up and saw that I was busy and I didn't even look at her. But she said, the bad days don't last.
How school impacts my life is by making me want to have a desire with getting a degree in my career of criminal justice. Also, it impacts me because it makes me have a social life. I had 26 of my journal entries dedicated to school. From journal entry 1, I mentioned how coming to TSU, it was a really hard change for me, but once I got more familiar with the environment of the school, I was able to meet more people and get more comfortable with the environment, and it made me have more friends on campus than just being by myself.
School has a big impact in my life because it has developed my knowledge and also gives me the opportunity to have a successful future. 20% of my journal contains how school has impacted my life. For example, in school, I've learned how to operate a business, which is my dream job, on being an entrepreneur.
School has given me an opportunity to better my life for me and my daughter.
School takes a big part of my life. It impacts my life because it broadens my knowledge. It also makes me have a bigger social group. School impacts my life by 40%. A specific story that shows that school makes my social group bigger is in my journal on January 28, 2020. We got to know some of our classmates a little bit better because we did a group activity in my sociology class that made us interact with each other.
School impacts my life because it enhances my thoughts, memories, communication skills, and furthermore improves my knowledge. School impacts my life by 50%. A specific story that I wrote on March 3rd that shows improvement of my skills is when I raised my hand to answer a question in biology class on mitosis. And later on, when we had a test over it, I was able to recall it. This knowledge never left my mind, and it positively affected me because I realized just how effective face-to-face communication skills are.
How work impacts my life is because it gives me independence of being able to have my own money. Also, it gives me the chance to branch out of my comfort zone and to meet others. By meeting people at my job, it allows me to gain a friendship, have fun, and get favors done in return. I have 45 of my journal entries dedicated to my work. A specific story was when I met my coworker Millie, and she offered to take me home with every shift that we have together, which is the most awesome thing ever.
Work has been a big impact in my life because I can use my coworkers for networking and it also helps me with my social skills. 10% of my journal contains how work has impacted me. One thing I mentioned in my journal about work is recently my coworker has mentioned me to a mentor who can guide me to have a successful business.
Going to work allows me to make money for myself and my child, and it also allows me to make my own stability for life.
Work impacts my life by giving me new skills and also making me independent so I can rely on myself. Work impacts my life by 25%. A specific story is since I had my own money from the job I work at, I had the chance to buy my own first car by myself.
Working impacts my life because it allows me to confidently communicate with everyday people, and it allows me to be more independent and earn money on my own while under pressure. Working impacts my life by 16%. A specific story I wrote on March 24, 2020 that shows all of this. And the negative aspect is that when I was starting to work, I was in school as well, and it was hard to balance the two, and it brought me great stress and a lot of worry.